Okay, so what do we do? Just one clap. Okay. Wait, are you going to go first and then me?
Where do you get your ideas from?
That's an almost unanswerable question, but I'll try. I'm sort of just actively tapped into the world around me, and I'm thinking about some of the bigger questions surrounding our existence today, and thinking about, our role and our sort of symbiotic relationship to other living and non-living forms.
What particular areas of science have informed the piece?
I have been very much influenced by microbiology, synthetic biology, and a lot of AI research.
I was wondering how the history of Bankside and this building has fed into the work.
What I wanted to do is to create an aquarium of machines and to imagine a natural history of machines. I wanted to tie in our moment today with a broader historical moment of the turbine hall site. So the history of Bankside was a huge sort of inspirational starting point for the project. I was thinking about the origins of the sort of industrial revolution, which really the epicenter was London, and the original use of turbine hall as this energy conversion site.
What made you decide to include smells in the exhibition?
So the smells are they function in a really critical way in that they underscore the larger theme around air as this substrate that ties everyone into the project. The odors do refer to these different historical periods. They're more interpretations of these periods that are important in the sort of evolution of where we are today in the Bankside. So we have prehistorical sense, Jurassic, Cretaceous. We also have Roman and Black Death and Tudor and Machine Age odors. And this is a way to also allow for the Arabs to learn about life on Earth through these historical senscapes.
Hi, Anicka. How do they fly?
Well, they fly through a fully autonomous sort of system, essentially software, and they're able to sort of establish we establish a flight envelope within the space so that they can fly and not bump into each other or other sort of walls and surfaces in the space. None of us could predict what they will do from one moment to the next, and that's what's really exciting about the project.
What's the difference between the balls with no tentacles and the ones with 5 tentacles?
Well, there's 2 different species in the hall, and one is called the xenojelly. And the xenojellies are more curious about the human visitors and other visitors that come into the hall. They're more interested in potentially communicating with the humans and reading their heat signatures, and that's how they're able to sort of track the human visitors. Xeno meaning foreign. I wanted these machines to be curious about some things that they had never seen before. Whereas the other species, the planula, they're less social per se. And what they do is they interact with the xenojellies, and so they're communicating with each other about throughout the airspace in the turbine hall.
Hi, Anicka. My question is about your choice of creatures that you have created. I'm wondering whether you've thought about any other life forms.
Well, I was definitely thinking of biological entities and marine life, something like jellyfish, but also because, to sort of underscore this sort of aquarium, aquatic kind of quality to the installation, but also to a kind of fungal intelligence and a fungal network. And so I borrowed a lot from mushrooms and jellyfish, sort of amoeba microorganisms and those kinds of shapes.
Yeah, just as I walked in and I see this whole display, and it's just it is sort of a therapeutic experience. It sort of relieves anxiety just because of the way these objects are moving. And do you see machines serving a therapeutic purpose?
Absolutely. I think they're already doing that all along. There are countless examples of machines soothing human anxieties and frailties and in all manners. So yes, and I think that we shouldn't be shy about getting it where we can.
It's quite colourful and it's quite awesome and it's quite a wonderful thing to look at. Do you have quite a positive vision of the future?
So I do have a positive vision of the future. We still have the potential to mitigate a lot of the climate problems that we're facing, and we still have time to steer the research around AI, as well as all manners of biotechnology. So the point is to have greater literacy and more rigorous dialogues, and art is really wonderful that way because we're able to introduce these ideas that are quite dense and a lot of times sort of very hard to penetrate, and we're able to do that in a much more impactful way through an experience that isn't as heavy-handed maybe as if you were to read a 500-page textbook on artificial intelligence, but certainly it's a point of entry to start that conversation. It's really cool. I really like it. I love how sincere and really this wonderful sample of the audience. It's just, it makes me feel like I'm almost kind of back in London talking to the audience. It's really nice.